the air, you hear it everywhere. No matter what you do, it's gonna grab hold on you.
California Soul. What's up, everybody? It's time for the UCLA USC recap. That was one of my favorite songs, California Soul by Marlena Shaw. I think we can play that because obviously it's good to be a SoCal football fan. All right, so let's get into UCLA's win over Nebraska, which was probably, I can't say it was the biggest win since they beat Tennessee in 2008, but definitely one of the biggest wins in a while. That means something, I think. I'm not even sure where to start. I mean, do you start with UCLA's offense, putting up 600 yards, or do you shout out the defense that held Nebraska to 106 yards and only a field goal in the entire second half when it looked like it was going to be a shootout? I mean, I got to say, I'm really impressed with this defense. The defense this year has been really aggressive. They've been quick. They already have 9 sacks on the year. And once again, the pride of Compton High School, Dayton Jones, with the play of the game, with the key sack and safety on Taylor Martinez that gave UCLA the lead, and they never looked back afterwards. So big-time play by him. So big ups to that Bruin defense. Offensively, what can you say? I mean, Jonathan Franklin, back-to-back 200-yard games. He honestly took control of the game and really did what he needed to do. So you got to say right now, the leading rusher in the country, Heisman candidate maybe? I mean, right now it's obvious that he's that guy. So big ups to Jonathan Franklin once again. Brett Hundley, what can you say? What can you say about this kid? He keeps showing every week that he's maturing as a quarterback. He's showing you that he can pass the ball downfield. He can run when he needs to. That first half he had was a thing of beauty, and he finished with 300 yards, the first Bruin to have 300 yards passing since 2009. Just a joy to watch him play. And only thing is that boy needs to learn how to take a slide and take a knee. I mean, I've never seen a quarterback fall backwards taking a knee. And I've covered high school football for 5 years. I've never seen a quarterback do that before. So that boy going to have to learn how to take a knee, take a slide. And obviously we're going to be watching his ankle to see how it's going to be. But great performance by him. Great performance by UCLA overall. Against the Nebraska defense, they put up 600 yards of offense, which was, I think, the most I saw since the 50s somebody's put up on Nebraska. That's pretty impressive. And again, big ups to offensive coordinator Noah Malzone. I mean, he's infused this team with some life on offense. Between Jonathan Franklin, Hundley, the receivers, even Stephen Manfred, who's a big play threat waiting to happen if he gets the ball in space. It looks really good for that UCLA offense. And right now, definitely got to celebrate this win. Now looking ahead, I'll get to that later. USC. USC, what can you say? I almost did a double take at halftime when I saw it was 14-3. I didn't expect USC to struggle with Syracuse that much, but 14-3. I mean, that was a bit shocking. And then the fact that it was weather delayed for about an hour, I was sitting in lunch with my coworkers thinking, okay, USC is about to enjoy the rest of this half. They got rain delayed, and I guess that rain really woke them up because they came out making some plays. And if week 1 was the Marquise Lee show, week 2 was the Robert Woods show. I mean, 2 touchdowns, 2 additional plays that set up big touchdowns. It just shows you that on this team, whether it's Lee, whether it's Woods, any one of those guys can step up and really impact the game by himself. I mean, not only are they fast, but they're elusive. They know how to make plays, keep plays alive. And, I mean, you can't say anything else about it. Robert Woods definitely had the show this game. Marquise Lee had 3 touchdowns still. The best touchdown probably was Xavier Grimble when he caught the ball, really ran over 4 Syracuse defenders. That's always impressive to see. And what do I say with all of that? Matt Barkley may not be the best player on this team. And I know he's getting a lot of Heisman love. I know he's getting a lot of attention. He's probably not the best player on this team, if you ask anybody to a man. I mean, he's going to have big games. He's going to have games like he did where he had 186 yards passing, even though he tied his career high with 6 touchdown passes. But 186 yards, and they're just pretty much throwing short passes the whole game and letting guys create. I mean, that's as conservative as you can get for a guy who's supposed to be a really good quarterback. So I don't I'm not knocking Matt Barkley. I think he's definitely benefiting from the help he has around him. But clearly, he might not be the best player. I'm just going to say that. And I think if you look closely this year, he's going to put up some great numbers, but you're going to keep looking at Robert Woods and Marquise Lee and saying, you know, those guys are the best wide receivers in the country, but they may actually be two of the best players in the country, not just best wide receivers. So, good win for USC, obviously, after they struggled a little bit. Also, big ups to Deion Bailey out of Lakewood High School, 2 interceptions. Pretty good for a guy who was a hard hitter when he came out of high school, and he's just matured into being a very outstanding player when he needs to be. So big ups to him. Big ups to Silas Red, over 100 yards for the first time as a Trojan. If he gets going, along with Curtis McNeil, I mean, that offense it's scary stuff. I don't see anybody stopping them on offense. They may score on USC, but I don't know if teams are going to be able to shut them down for 4 quarters. Syracuse couldn't do it, so good luck to them. Looking ahead to Saturday, USC got the first game. They play Stanford, which I said was going to be a big test for them. 2-0. Nice wins over San Jose State and Duke, I guess. They have a new quarterback, Josh Nunez, that they're working in. Apparently, he's kind of struggling a little bit, but he's getting his fullback back this week, so that could be a big help for Stanford. The ground game has been doing all right. They've been pounding the ball the last few years, but they haven't been getting as much damage as they have been. So it's going to be a good test for USC to see how well they can stop the run and how well they can put pressure on Nunez to make mistakes in that secondary. I think it's going to be a great test for USC, but even though Stanford is ranked now, I don't know if they're going to give USC as much of a test as they would for the last 3 years. I think this will probably be the first time in 4 years USC looks at the scoreboard and says that they're going to beat Stanford. But it will be a fun game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think UCLA pulls it out because I don't know how good Stanford's going to be on defense, even with Shane Scove back. But don't be surprised if this game is close at least through 2.5 quarters maybe. UCLA's got another home game. They get Houston, a much different Houston team than when they had Case Keenum as quarterback. They're 0-2. I talked to my man Big Ron on Twitter just now, and he said that the Cougars are struggling right now. They have a new coach. They just fired their offensive coordinator. Their defense, which has never been their strong point, has just been even shakier this year. So there's a good chance UCLA is probably going to go 3-0 after these first 3 games. And, I mean, if Jonathan Franklin did that damage to the Black Shirts of Nebraska, imagine what he's going to do to Houston. And imagine what Brett Huntley's going to do throwing against that secondary. I mean, it could be – I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout like Rice, but it could be a probably 20, 30-point blowout at least. I mean, the way that I'm hearing – Houston play. As long as UCLA can stop Houston's offense, I mean, Houston's quarterback did throw for 500 yards. You know, some of those came in garbage time. But if they can stop Houston's pass attack, this might be a pretty good game. But it's going to be up to UCLA to stay focused, stay hungry, because after a big game, they've typically had a letdown the week after. They have to stay aggressive, stay after it. And if they win this game, forget being 2, forget talking 7-8 wins. We could be talking 9 wins maybe. Because remember I said they can go 5-2 after the first 7 games. They beat Houston. I don't see them losing a game until maybe middle of October, November. So that's it for the recap. Good luck to UCLA and USC this week. And we're going to end with another one of my favorite songs, sampling California Soul, Gangstar, Check the Technique. Peace.
Protozoa, you're so minute you didn't know the gang has been watching you, but instead of just squashing you, I'm scooping you up out of the muck you wallowing like a chief chemist. Other scientists are following, planning to examine you on a petri dish, sticking you and fricking you just a teeny bit.